material object. A French chemist Lavoisier 1743 to 1793 is regarded as the father of modern chemistry. Substances and its nature. Anything that occurs space, possesses mass and can be felt by any one or more of our sense is called matter. Every Indian philosopher classified matter in the form of five basic elements. The Panch Tattva. Air, earth, fire, sky and water. These are Panch Tattva. According to themselves, everything, live or non living, was made up of these five basic elements. Ancient Greek philosophy has arrived at a similar classification of matter. In Indian sage Maharishi Kannada. Maharishi Kannada was perhaps the first to suggest that all forms of matter are composed of every small tiny particle known as anu, and each anu made may be made democratic names. These particle Parmanu as atom. From the Greek word atom means uncut. Thus, the matter is composed of teeny particle known as atom. और ये किसने कहा था? महर्षि कन्नदा ने. Matter, physical. Chemical classification, solid, liquid and gases. Chemical classification, pure substance or mixture. Element, compound, at homogeneous, metallic, non-metallic, organic, inorganic. Solid state, a state process definite shape and different volume, which means that it cannot be compressed on applying pressure. Solid are generally hard and rigid. Example, metal, wood, bricks, copper, etc. Liquid, a liquid possesses different volume but no different shape. This means that the liquid can take up the shape of container in which it kept. Example, water, milk, oil, alcohol, etc. Gaseous substances. A gas does not have either a different volume or shape. It can be compressed to large extent on applying pressure and also take the shape of the container where it is closed. Example, air, oxygen, nitrogen, ammonia, carbon dioxide, etc. Solid state, heat, so liquid, solid state, heat, vapor state. Water exists in three different stages: ice, water, and vapor. The three states of matter are called solid, liquid, and gas. The fourth state of matter is plasma state, and fifth state of matter is Bose-Einstein concentration state. Plasma state consists of super energetic and super excited particles. These particles are the form of ionized gas. Plasma can occur when the matter is heated to a very high temperature. The matter is plasma state is a collective of high in energetic and excited electrically charged particle. The fluidity tube and the neon sized bulb contain inert gases when electric current is passed through them. The depending upon the nature of gas, it is presence of plasma that makes CFL tube glow. Plasma makes CFL2 glow. Bose-Einstein considered state in 1920 on the basis of statistical calculator Satyanandra Bose gave the concept of fifth state of matter. Later, the American scientists suggested in obtaining this state. The Bose-Einstein state is formed by supercooling a gas of extremely low density, about 100 thousandths of the density of normal air to super low temperature. This process is known as Bose-Einstein concentration. And this state of matter is known as Bose-Einstein constant state, BEC. Pure state, a single substance or matter which can not be separated into other kind of matter by any physical process, is called pure substance. Pure substance have been classified as elements and compounds. Element, the simplest form of pure substance which can occur, be broken into nor built for simpler substances by ordinary physical and chemical method, is called element. Gold, silver, hydrogen, etc. Elements are further classified into three types: metal, non-metal, and metallic. Metals. Metal are solid, exception mercury, which is liquid at room temperature, are normally high. They are luster, high melting point, and boiling point, and also good conductor of electricity and heat. The conductivity of matter decreases with the increase in temperature due to vibration of positive at their lattice point. Iron, copper, silver, gold, aluminum, zinc, etc. Non-metal. Non-metal are the element with properties opposite to those of the metal. They are found in all states of matter. They do not possess luster. They are poor conductor of electricity, and they are not metallable and ductile. Hydrogen, carbon, oxygen, nitrogen, phosphorus, etc. Metalloid. Metalloids are the elements which have common properties of both metal and non-metal. Example: resin, antimony, bismuth. Compounds. Compounds are the pure substances that are composed soft, software, more difficult element in fixed proportion by mass. The property of compound are either different from those of the element from which it is made. Example: water, sugar, salt, chloroform, alcohol, either etc. Compound are classified into two kinds: organic compound or inorganic compound. The compound obtained from living source are called organic compound. The term organic is now applied to hydrocarbon and their derivatives. Example: carbohydrates, protein, oil, fat, etc. Inorganic compound: the compound obtaining from non-living sources such as rock and minerals are called inorganic compound. Example: common salt, marble, washing soda, etc. Mixture: a material contained by mixing two or more substances in any definite proportion is called mixture. The property of compound in the mixture remain unchanged. Example: milk, sea, water, petrol. Mixture: homogeneous and heterogeneous. Homogeneous mixture: a mixture is said to be homogeneous if it is uniform composition. Throughout there are no possible boundaries of separation between constituents. Moreover, the constituents can not be seen even by a microscope. Example: common salt dissolved in water, sugar dissolved in water, iodine dissolved in CCl4, benzene in toluenes, and methyl alcohol in water. Heterogeneous. A mixture is said to be heterogeneous if it does not have a uniform composition through and have visible boundaries of separation between the various uh, constituents. The different constituents of the heterogeneous mixture can be seen even with naked eye. Example: a mixture of sulfate and salt, a mixture of iron, filling, and sand, etc. Separation of mixture: some method of separate of mixture given. Sublimation. Sublimation is a process of convention conversion of a solid into vapor without passing through the liquid state, and this method can be used for the substances which are sublime in their separate form. Non sublime material: example of sublime are naphthalene, iodine, ammonium, chloride, and camphor. Note: the process of direct conversion of vapor into solid are called Hoarfrost. Filtration. This process for quick and complete removal of suspended solid particles from a liquid by passing a suspense through a filter paper. Example: a removal of solid particle from the engine oil in car engine. Filtration of tea from tea leaves in the preparation of tea is filtration. Evaporation. The process of convection of a liquid into its vapor at the room temperature is called evaporation of water in summer from ponds, wells, and lakes. Preparation of common salt from sea water by evaporation of water. During summer, water kept in the earthen pot because cool because of evaporation. Crystallization. This method is mostly used to separate and purify of solid substance. In this process, the impure solid or mixture is heated with suitable solute, water, acetone, chloroform to its boiling point, and the hot solution is filtered. The clear filter is cooled slowly to room temperature. When pure solid crystallizes out, this is separated by filtration and dried. For the separation of more complex mixture, fractional crystallization is used, in which the components of the mixture crystalline out at different interval of time. Distillation. It is a process of converting a liquid into its vapor by heating and then condensing the vapor again into the same liquid by cooling. This distillation involves vaporization and consolidation both. Distillation equal to vaporization plus condensation. This method is employed to separate the liquid which have different boiling points. Distillation. Different boiling point or liquid and non-volatile solid or solid either in a solution or suspension. Example: a mixture of copper sulfate and mixture of water and methyl alcohol can be separated by this method. Distillation, crystallization, separate and purification. Fractional distillation. This process is similar to the distillation process, except the fractional column is used to separate two or more volatile liquid. Fractional distillation आ गया तो करना which have been boiled point methyl alcohol and acetone can be separated by a fractional distillation process. Separation of petrol, diesel, oil, pressure, heavily crude, petroleum, separation of oxygen, nitrogen, inert gases, and carbon dioxide from liquid air, etc. Chloro Chloromatography. The name chloromatography is derived from Latin word chroma, chroma meaning color. The technique of chroma is based on the difference in the rates at which the components of mixture are absorbed in the suitable absorbent. There are many types of chromatography: column chloromatography, thin layer chromatography. Paper. A column chromatography. Thin layer chromatography. Paper chromatography. High pressure light liquid chromatography. Gas chromatography, sedimentation and decantation. This method is used when one component is liquid and another is an insoluble. One component is liquid and another is insoluble. Solid behavior, mud and water. If a muddy water if a muddy water is allowed to stand undisturbed for some times in beaker, the particles of earth, clay, and sand settle at the bottom. This process is called sedimentation. Settle at the bottom. Gently transferred into another beaker. This process is known as dilution. Concept of changing in state. Melting point, the constant temperature at which a solid become liquid upon absorbing heat under normal pressure is called melting point of that solid. Melting point of ice is 0 degree Celsius. An MP of sodium chloride NaCl is 800 degrees Celsius. The melting point of substance is fixed temperature, but if there is impurities in a substance, the melting point of that substance can be considerable. For example, the melting point of a mixture of ice and salt freezing mixture is minus 15 degrees Celsius. Boiling point, the constant temperature at which a liquid can change to the vapor state under the normal atmospheric pressure is called boiling point. The boiling point decreases with decreases in atmospheric pressure. Soluble impurities increase the boiling point of liquid. Freezing point, the constant temperature at which a liquid changes into a solid by giving out heat energy is called freezing point of the liquid. Fp equal to water equal to 0 degrees Celsius. Evaporation, the process of convention of a liquid into its vapor at the room temperature is called evaporation. Evaporation causes cooling actually during an escape from the surface of a liquid. Therefore, average kinetic energy of the rest of the molecule decreases. Therefore, the cooling take place during evaporation because temperature of liquid is directly proportional to the average kinetic energy. Evaporation is affected by the following factor: nature of liquid, air temperature, and surface area. Vapor pressure. Vapor pressure, the pressure exerted by the vapor of liquid in equilibrium with liquid at a given temperature is called vapor pressure. Vapor pressure depends upon the nature and temperature. Higher the vapor pressure of a particular liquid, lesser will be and the magnitude of intermolecular forces present in molecules. Vapor pressure of a liquid increase with increase in temperature. Cons- Condensation is a process to change of a substances from its gases to liquid at a particular temperature. On cooling, the gas particle lose their kinetic energy, so the motion of particles slow down and they come very close to one another, and ultimately they are liquefied. Atomic structure. Dalton atomic theory. In 1803, the atomic theory had been given by John Dalton. The main point of Dalton theory are element consist of mixture, individual, inductible particle called atom. Atoms of an element are identified to each other, they having same mass and size. Atoms of different elements differ in properties and have different mass and size. Atom cannot be created, destroyed or transferred into atom of other elements. Atom, the smallest particle of element, are called an atom. An atom can take place in chemical combination and does not occur free in nature. Atom of hydrogen is the smallest and lightest. Example: sodium, potassium, calcium, hydrogen, etc. Molecules is the smallest particle of an element or compound that can have a stable and independent existence. Example: O2, N2, Cl2, P4, S8, etc. A mole is a collection of 6.023 into 10 to power 23 particle. It means 1 mole equal to 6.23 into 10 to power 23, just like 1 pair equal to 2. A 1 mole equal to 1 molecules equal to Avogadro number. The number 6.023 into 10 to power 23 is called as Avogadro number. If there is 1 million Mg2 plus ions in MgCl2, then the number of Cl ions, it will be the 2 million. Avogadro number. Atomic mass, which state that how many times of the mass of one atom of an element is heavier than 1 by 12th mass of one element of carbon. Atomic mass of element equal to mass of one atom of the element by 1 by 12 into mass of one atom of carbon 12. Actual, the mass of one atom element is atomic mass in AMU. Molecular mass. The molecular mass of a substance in a number which state that the how many mass of one molecule is the substance is heavier in comparison to 1/12 mass of one atom of carbon 12. Constituents of an atom. Fundamental particles of an atom are electron, proton, and neutron. Electron. Electron has been discovered by J.J. Thomson. The name of electron was given by Stoney. The relative charge of electron is -1 unit. Its absolute charge is 1.6 into 10 to power 19 coulomb, or minus 4.8 into 10 to power minus 10 Electrostatic unit. The relative mass of an element is 0.0000543 amu and its absolute mass is 9.1 into 10 to the power minus 28. 2. Charges mass ratio of an element minus 7, 1.73 into 10 to the power 8 coulomb gram. An electron was obtained from cathode ray experiment. Proton. A proton has been discovered by Goldstein. A proton was named by Rutherford. Good night, friend. Virus. Study of study of virus is known as virology. Virus is called discovered by Russian scientist Evan Woki.